Good day. My name is BWeed from IBM. I'm responsible for working with startups, entrepreneurs, and developers of all types in New York City and the tri-state area. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about IBM Watson and IBM Bluemix. And we'll go into a little bit of detail on both of those areas. But I wanted to first point out we have a very rich startup program that you can take advantage of. And you see the website there, developer.ibm.com/startups. In there, we offer up to 120,000 cloud credits per year for startups that qualify. So I encourage you to take a look at that website today. So what I'd like to do is go on now and talk a little bit more detail about cognitive systems and really what the purpose of they are around cognitive systems. And it's really to amplify human cognition. So it's supplemental to the way people work, going about their business, figuring out things, not too much dissimilar from what we do and use analytics today for in business environments, right? We take analytical data, feedback, we make decisions based on that, and we go from there. Cognitive systems is the same sort of process, but takes it to another level. So as an example, cognitive systems are not here to replace human beings. They're not here to make decisions for human beings, but rather augment what we do from a human cognition standpoint. As an example, we have a business partner that has a dermatology application. That application allows dermatologists to figure out the right types of treatments for their patients. It ultimately gives out a percentage weighting of different types of treatments and the reason for the treatments, but the doctor ultimately is responsible for picking the right treatment for their patient based on the patient data, and then again, Watson's recommendations. So as we look at really trying to level the playing field here, I love this quote from the founder of Galvanized, where he talks about two guys in a Starbucks can have access to the same computing power as a Fortune 500 company. So today, you're very lucky to be able to have that ability to have access to a place to work out of. There's a lot of co-location spaces in New York and beyond. There's a lot of companies looking to supply technology, and many of those have programs where you can leverage free of charge. And in addition to that, get technical support, go-to-market support. So a lot of things that didn't exist today, you can get access to, but more importantly, it's the power of that technology. In the old days, you'd have to go out and buy some type of very large PC or a network of PCs. You'd have to buy expensive software. All this stuff is available through the cloud for you to start developing through the rich set of APIs on the IBM cloud called Bluemix. As we look at the Watson cognitive computing evolution, many of you will be familiar with in 2011 Jeopardy. Watson defeated the two top Jeopardy champions, and that was done through a lot of ingestion of data as well as training Watson on the various questions or the types of questions that could be answered in conjunction with that data. So there's a process where Watson is able to learn as it goes on, and that's part of a whole machine learning algorithms that we provide. From there, we went into Watson Discovery Advisor, and this was important in terms of some of the work we've done in the healthcare arena around oncology, treatment advisor, working with clinical trials, working with Sloan Kettering and other institutions. And then from there, that went into the Watson Engagement Advisor, where we worked with different distributors or retailers, where people might want to advise their associate in the store on what type of gear somebody might need for a particular set of mountain climbing expeditions, as an example. And then from there, it grew into other things where we looked at, Watson content analytics, being able to analyze drawings and pictures graphically, being able to analyze some of the more detailed nuances in somebody's voice, and it grew from there. One of the hottest areas right now, we'll talk about in a moment, but this gets into the whole area of the automated processes. But if we look at Watson overall in terms of the different API services, you can see they're listed here, everything from speech to text, text to speech, tone analyzer. So you want to see if somebody's stressed out or they calm, you can do that. There is also the whole side of it in terms of personality insights. You can put in text, analyze somebody's personality based on their writings. We talked about the visual recognition where Watson can look at something and say, is this a boat or a car, kind of that kind of analysis. So there's a lot of different types of things you can do. What I would encourage is experiment with these different APIs, try a couple of them out. You're not required to use all of them. You can use one of them, you can use 3 of them, or you can, use several of them depending on what it is you're trying to do and what application functionality you're providing to your end clients. So as we look at the different types of conversations that Watson has, the IBM Watson Conversation Service, it's really geared towards working around creating virtual agents and bots, combining machine learning, natural language understanding. And this is important, right? A lot of this stuff now where it used to require a lot of people to go manage, you can do self-service, customer service through adding chat bots and things of this nature. It's also very popular in mobile apps as well as the Internet of Things, being able to connect to devices to understand the commands that your users are providing. And then obviously in robotics as well, we have a robot called Pepper that's been programmed that can do certain things and interact with clients based on the type of environment that they're in. So as we look at where cognitive systems will be and where they've come from, right, in 10 years or less, right, cognitive systems will be to computing what transaction processing is today. So it's really to amplify human creativity, to bring us to that next level, to figure out the we don't know what we don't know type of situation, right? Look at things in a different way, analyze different aspects of a scenario, whether it's ingesting weather data, Twitter data, being able to understand different components, buying behaviors based on people's personalities. All these different things go into it and will become very much more intelligent systems that people can utilize for the benefit of mankind. So what I'd like to do now is switch over to 2 videos that I have. This one is around cognitive computing and Watson, so let me start there for a minute.
Technology is connecting us in ways we couldn't imagine 10 years ago. Most of our relationships are digital, handled through messaging platforms, social media, mobile apps, and we're always available. With this shift from in-person interactions to mobile, we're managing our daily lives from anywhere, at any time, giving us freedom in how we engage with brands. So how are companies building a consistent multi-channel experience that satisfies this need for autonomy? With bots, cognitive assistants that interact with people on their own terms. You can build one quickly and easily with Watson, creating a first-touch experience that can be deployed on any digital channel, empowering customers to address their issues whenever, wherever, and however they choose. Using advanced machine learning, Watson listens and understands what they're trying to do. And by offering the most relevant solution for their needs, it addresses issues promptly and personally, freeing up your employees to focus on the more difficult questions.
Now I'd like to go over and take a look at the Bluemix video that we have next that's available here.
Hi, we know you're constantly looking for tools to help you spend time more productively and build apps or services that engage users in new and exciting ways. Welcome to Bluemix, a cloud platform powered by the world's most popular open source projects. We're here to help you efficiently develop applications your way, simplifying how you build and manage them in the cloud. Built for flexibility, Bluemix lets you choose your own programming language, work with your own architecture, and make your own design choices. Bluemix also includes over 100 APIs and services around mobile, IoT, Watson, and more. Concerned about provisioning, licensing, and other time-consuming issues? Our immediately deployable technologies include push notifications, SQL and NoSQL databases, messaging, security, and more. You can easily augment applications with our groundbreaking cognitive learning machine, Watson, as well as other leading AI services. These services come from both IBM and our community of partners. Our feature-rich, built-to-measure Git repository makes everything from production live coding to building to deploying your application as simple as a push command. So let's take a look at how to get there. When creating a new application, BlueMix will help kickstart your project by understanding what you need if you want to build a web or mobile-based application. You can pick from one of our so-called boilerplates, foundation applications that include bespoke services, or choose the language you want to work with and bring your services you need. Now you're good to go. That is until Captain Scope Creep kicks the door down. We need push capabilities, or wouldn't it be great if there was an SMS service? Or even, we should be doing social stuff, they cry. Don't worry, we've got your back. You can quickly extend the capabilities of your app in any direction. A click of a button, a copy-paste of the credentials of your new service, and you're back on track. And once you're live, we'll handle scaling, monitoring, and logging, so you can spend more time on what you actually love doing. This is IBM BlueMix. This is all about you. Sign up at ibm.com/BlueMix.
So now what I'd like to do is go back over to the charts, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we have to offer around the IBM cloud. So specifically, if you look to the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see the different categories that we organize by infrastructure, apps, or services. So on the infrastructure side, if you want to do compute type stuff, look at storage, networking, security, those are all there. Some of the key apps we provide, like Boilerplate, Cloud Foundry apps, which is what BlueMix is based on, so it's all open source. Containers for portability amongst different mobile platforms. We provide a mobile support as well through things like Swift. And then different services on data and analytics, Hadoop, Spark, Watson, we talked about those services already. IBM Internet of Things, if that's something of interest you want to get involved in. Security, DevOps, and everything in between. So there's really a rich set of offerings here, and it's very easy to navigate to figure out what you want to go do. If you want to, database, you go into the data and analytics side, and you look up the different choices. One example could be a third party like MongoDB. You access that, and you're off and running. So now what I'd like to do is go on to the next slide where we talk about what do you need to do next, what can you do next. And so the first thing is register for BlueMix. If you go out to that website, you can register there for free trial, and then through the startup program, as I mentioned, if you do have a startup business, then that's something where you can get additional cloud credits accordingly. The actual team collaboration workshop, it's important as you look at your teams and you're starting to work together that you have a diverse team, right? You want to make sure that you have that so that you get all different types of ideas and suggestion. So, men and women are going to look at things differently. Different cultural backgrounds are going to look at things differently. So you really want to make sure you have that mix when it comes to collaboration. The IBM Design Thinking Workshop is a great way to utilize and learn these techniques, how to analyze problems and really kind of, use the methodology to figure out how do you want to proceed on an area. So you would break into sub-teams, actually use little sticky notes and put up the little Post-its and figure out for each topical question how you want to approach your design, a very important methodology there. And then we have workshops on both BlueMix and Watson to be able to take you through the usage of BlueMix, how to navigate, and then specifics around Watson. The workshop dates will be announced, so stay tuned on that, but they will be coming up shortly. And then also check IBM Startups, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video. I'd like to thank you very much today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. We're located at the WeWork office on 42nd and 3rd, And we do have office hours on Tuesday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Thank you very much and have a great day.